Pivawuna,
Yocket.
Janet Pratt. Yeah. Halito, Sio, Guna, Kunumante, Madawaka. Wait.
Palito.
Ansti Huntidish. Hanipi. Yate.
Buenos dias.
Let me see if I got Stongo Oshkin Yecha.
Oh, Itati Nakusei.
Itati Nakusach, Janet.
Pivawana.
Good morning, coming live from 1950 South Shepherd here in El Reno, and we have a new producer today. The famous,
The one and only.
the one and only Miss Carlina.
Angel baby.
Angel baby. Woo-woo.
From Fry Red Flat.
Yep.
Give her
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on today. For those that don't know, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Desiree, and I am tours admin assistant.
And she does a terrific job, by the way. Hopefully you can travel soon, Man, we had a good time down, in Durant.
I know, I seen y'all bowling.
Man, and I'm blind, bro. Like, ask him how many of them I beat.
Beat all of them?
No, Kendrick's is good. Kendrick is good. Excuse me. Melinda's good, and Carmelo's good. I beat Zach. Connor beat me. I beat Zach. I beat Darian. I beat Isaiah. Who else did I beat? I beat like 4 or 5 of them though.
He said way better than Mingo.
Yeah, way better than me. Yeah, I beat Mingo. I mean, so yeah, a blind guy can bowl. So, it was pretty cool though. I don't know what it is about traveling, since you're not at home, you always think you're not going to get enough. You know what I mean? Like you can't pig out or something. So like I was walking around for like the first 2 days just bloated. All uncomfortable. Like it was not fun. And then I go back to my room and like I skip like the afternoon. Like I don't feel good. I'm going to go lay down for a little while. And then I wake up and my phone's ringing. And I was like, oh, finally it went away. And Darian's like, are you going to go eat with us? And I had to say, yeah, because, I'm blind. I got to go. Yeah, it was like never ending bloatedness. But it was cool, though. We had probably the most attendance come to our presentation. And we had some good evaluations. I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to be recognized for something like that. Carly got the youth award. That which was, that's for our Gord clan, which is completely different than what tour, from the program. So that was pretty cool. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be like recognized for that kind of work. So, who's all saying good morning?
Let's see.
We usually have a mic right there.
I don't know how to pronounce the name. Bial said Yafta.
Blau.
Oh. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Check
Good morning.
Southern Utah Navajo Nation. Good
Thank
morning.
you. Good morning. Good morning.
Kendrick said Yocket.
Yocket, brother.
Darian said, don't act like you didn't love the food.
That was the problem. Is that it was good food and I couldn't stop.
And Natalie said, choke up on the mic, Des.
Oh yeah.
Very talk slack, you gotta compete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and then Alan Fletcher, groovy morning.
Groovy.
And Sharon Beard.
Good morning, Sharon. Kickadoos. I forgot Kickadoos. Kickadoos, Miss Beard.
What language is that?
Pawnee.
Oh, Kickadoos.
Yeah. got to see Mary Faye. That was just cool. Justin, I mean, always good to see them. They're like part of our tour family. So Mary Faye runs the tour program for the Pawnees. So we got an outstanding relationship with them. KDAP. Well, Cindy from KDAP got their MMIP chapter got the community award. So that was pretty cool. And then there was a lady, a Kaiwa lady. She's 95 years old. She got the Elder Award for what she does with the Kaiwas and her language. It was cute because she had a video that she sent, and it was pretty cool, to see a night. And it was cool because, she was like a really, really pretty lady. 95 years old. She was like real pretty. And just she had good words, you love to hear, when our elders can be recognized like that. It was a great experience. I mean, I always have a good time. I mean, I got to go to back conferences. I went to Trail of Hope in Tulsa, which was a great conference. And then Southern Plains always does a great job. So, I just want to acknowledge them for what they do in our tribal communities and their efforts. So, pretty cool. So, what y'all do?
I was in the office with Theta Monday, and after Tuesday, I was just kicking it, cleaning stuff up. So I hope it stays that way.
Good luck. If Darian hears that, he will purposely come in and wreck it.
That's why I was trying not to clean too hard, because I was like, I feel like they're gonna come in and put their stuff they just brought from the training.
I cleaned twice.
Since you've been here.
And because of because they know like clutter, like the very next day after I cleaned it, they like doubled everything that.
Oh my god.
That's just how they are. So I can't see if it's clean or dirty.
Well, it looks a little different.
And we hope, Theta, if you're tuning in,
She is.
hope you're getting your rest. Hope you're feeling better. And Des sure does miss you.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in and it was like all quiet in here. Like, okay, Hannah.
Shut up.
Just all quiet in here. Like,
I said
nah,
good
bro.
morning.
But yeah, they were holding down, the office, which is cool. I like that. I like that we can go do our thing and y'all hold it down. But hopefully, it can switch.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we can stay and send y'all out.
Hopefully.
That'd be cool. I mean, you never know. But yeah, we were having some good podcasts. It was kind of funny yesterday about what I was saying about all four of us. I don't think Connor liked that. I kind of told off on myself.
I know, trying to be funny, just got in trouble. Just got lectured.
But at the same time, it's like we're getting such a positive reaction from our community for us just being ourselves. Like I don't know, like there's something behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to hear, yeah. That's what it is not only am I bringing my experience, strength, and hope, but, like, we don't want this to be like all somber and, like, of course it's serious because it's dealing with somebody's life. But at the same time, we want to show like how fun this can be. Like, it doesn't have to, like, you can walk around with a smile on your face. Like, I don't know, like at one time I didn't think I deserved that. So, it feels good to, that's just how you connect with Indian people. Like.
Natalie said, make sure my sound's up.
Oh yeah, you might want to put the mic right in your face. Just push them all up. Yeah. Oh, South Coast.
Oh, Dave said, "Good morning, guys. Checking in from Anaheim. Gotta head to LA for the day. Can you wish Maya a happy birthday?"
Oh, wow. Grandma Maya
Happy birthday,
turns
Maya.
17 today. All right. That's my little rugged niece right there. But I like the fact that when we have our talking circle, Maya will come in and share. Like she's not scared to grab the feather and talk about, what it was like for her while her dad was in his addiction and while he was gone to rehab and the change that happened when he came back. Like she's not afraid to share that. And I think it's powerful, because how many kids get to tell that story?
Right.
How many kids get the opportunity, or should I say young lady? She's not a kid anymore. She's a young lady. And, we teased her for a long time because she had a little boyfriend, and we had him out there gourd dancing, then I was like, where'd he go? Like he's not gourd dancing. Like, where's that boy at? I'm looking around and he's sitting at the drum. So I was like, damn, he's really trying to win us over. Because when before we met him, Dave's like, hey, talk crazy to this guy. This is Maya's boyfriend. Like, hey, boy, get over here and shake my hand. Yeah. No, but happy birthday, baby. It's such a joy to see what my brother Dave's doing. Definitely speaks volumes about what he's doing in his recovery. And I was watching a video of them in Newport Beach yesterday, which is bougie as hell, bro. Like, I'm talking extra bougie. Like, you won't even unless you're there, like it's on a whole different level. And it was cool just seeing them all smiling. Seeing how happy they are. And but that's just like the California vibes, like. But happy birthday, baby, and I hope you have a great day. And you're in Anaheim, which is kind of ghetto, a little bit, just a little bit. Then you go into then you're gonna go to LA. Yeah, it smells like pee up there. I'm not even gonna lie. But you'll get to see the Hollywood sign. You'll get to see all the things that you hear people talk about. And once you leave there, you'll be glad that Orange County exists.
Yeah. Sheridan said, "Yo, we're talking like Will and Martin from Bad Boys to Reggie." That's how I imagined it too.
Yeah.
Elena comment. Oh, Emily Rose said, "Shout me and Maya and Elena."
Oh yeah. Those are all my nieces right there. The girls. But yeah, I hope y'all's having a great time. Elena, Emily, Maya. I hope you ladies are having a good time. Don't be trying to bring us back any nephews. We ain't allowing that. But I hope you all are having a great time. You young ladies deserve it. So they put up a lot with Dave's BS.
Julia said, "Good morning, B Dump."
Good morning, C Dump. That's my sister right there, C Dump. So, but yeah, good morning, everybody. It's raining here in Oklahoma, and I love it. I don't know what it is. I used to dread this time of year because I had to walk everywhere. Yeah, I still got to walk everywhere, but I'm blind now, so Natalie leads me around. But, I used to think and look at the weather and be like, man, is this $40 worth walking across town for? And I don't want to get a bike because all the other tweakers ride bikes. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a stereotype. Yeah. They're gonna know for sure if I get on the bike. Yeah, like the wind wasn't not to blow me away. But I used to think like dread the rain. Like, oh, my shoes are gonna be soaked. Like I only have like 2 pairs of clean socks. Like I'm gonna wear them today because my shoes are gonna stay wet. Like I don't know. Like, but today it's like, look at everything else that needs the rain. The plant life. Everything's coming back alive again. Everything's turning green. All the flowers are budding. So that makes all the animals react. All the birds are back. All the animals, like, they need that rain. And for me to be selfish and think oh, and everybody's gonna know I'm a tweaker for sure. Like it wasn't obvious, coming out of a dope house, you walking down the road like a vampire. Like the clues weren't there. So if you think you're being sneaky, yeah, you're not. So yeah, so I'm enjoying the weather today. I got to sleep in a little bit. So that was cool. It's kind of, maybe after this I'll probably go home. Well, I gotta wait on Nat to get back.
I know, I'm surprised you came in today.
Well, I got to do the live. I don't know about that, but I love the people. Yeah. But it's cool. It's cool. I don't mind doing this. I don't mind doing this at all. So yeah, let's jump off into this bad boy.
All right. April 4th. You can pray for whatever you want, but it is always best to pray for others, not for yourself. John Fire, Lame Deer, Lakota. When you are selfish and you pray, you are requesting things to flow only to you. When you are selfless, you are praying for things to flow to others. The old ones say this is the highest form of prayer. Praying this way is according to the natural laws.
What's the little prayer at the bottom?
Today I intend to focus on Great Spirit. Today, let my thoughts be about
others. Thank you for reading that, Miss Sue. You know what? What comes to mind is I remember being that person that I spoke to God like he was Santa Claus. In my addiction, even when I got sober. Because there is, like you think that because you're not drinking, because, I'm not using, of course, there you get some clarity. You get some type of understanding that, you are living a good life. I'm not knocking anybody that has had to do that. But, life still keeps happening. It doesn't stop because I got sober, right? And, I kept wondering how, like, it only lasted for, like, maybe almost 3 years. I did it off of self-will. I wasn't really praying. I wasn't really, I believed in our ways, but I didn't have that faith, that, that you would always hear about. I would pray, but I didn't believe in my prayers. I didn't understand, like, how I was cutting myself short. So, but in my addiction too, I also remember, like, I thought that God didn't like me, or that, he didn't pay attention to me because I'm not living right. I don't know how to, live a normal life, whatever you consider normal. And, I thought that he wasn't giving me what I wanted. But what I didn't understand, which I understand now, is that life wasn't for me. Like, he couldn't give me what I wanted because that would only encourage me to keep doing what I was doing. Like, yeah, I would still be with her. You know, I would, like if he would have gave me what I wanted, I probably wouldn't even be sober today. I had to have these things happen in my life to where I only understood that there was no way out. I wasn't going to get what I wanted, because then if you're always winning, then there's no point in getting sober, right? Like, there's no point at all in getting sober if you're always winning. So it was like I had to take all these L's. I had to like understand what it was like to completely have nothing, nowhere. Nowhere to go. Of course, I could have stayed with my brother and have him take care of my grown ass. For the rest. For I don't know how long that would have lasted, but it was like I didn't know how to think of anybody else but myself. And now it's like today, sometimes, I don't even get a chance to pray for myself. Like when you're in a sweat and you're praying, and, I was taught, a long time ago, that you always pray for everybody first. The sick, I've added my own things in, the mentally unstable, the ones dealing with mental health issues, the ones in, that are grieving, the ones that, all these different things. And most of it has to do with mental health, people that are still suffering from their addictions, people in jail, people in these prisons, people in hospitals, nursing homes. And like, I have this whole thing that I go through. And even then, I feel like I'd leave people out. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many different like things to a prayer, and you want to remember everybody, And then like, I'm trying to sing too during the, so like I've tried to make it a habit to where I can sing, but I can pray. While I'm praying, kind of like the songs are on, yeah, autoplay or something, But in my mind, I'm praying also. And it's like sometimes I don't even get the chance to pray for myself. If anything, I'll pray for, my family and my kids and my grandkids. And then, after that, like, I'm cool. Like, like when I feel like I need guidance, I'll consult with the Creator. Because there's so many different times that I didn't do that. And my life was a complete mess. So today, like I can, I can see where, it's so much easier for me to think of others today. Because I'm not like in this survival mode. I'm not like stressed out and like, praying for where my next meal is going to come from. I'm not praying for, I didn't have nowhere to sleep, so I didn't sleep. Like it was that was simple math, like all these different things, some days it was just thinking like, damn, am I even going to get a chance to just have one cup of water today? Like, cause that's where my life was, so, I mean, like, there's so many things I pray that I'm grateful for today. I got to give thanks, to my Creator. But, I like how I see the difference between where I was in my addiction and to where I am today, and the power in prayer. Just the awareness that I don't have to have an answer for everything. I got a slick mouth too, bro. Like, I got a real slick mouth. So, like, I feel like I have to, like, react to everything. But I see that that's when I get in, like, my biggest trouble. Is whenever I'm, like, trying to be quick-witted and, I'm learning to bite my tongue and sit back more. Like, I can stay on this positive, like good, where I just want to laugh all day long. But at some point, like if you like, just when I get a little bit of extra time, like if say I did forget to pray for somebody, then it's just like, oh, P.S. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I made it a habit to I don't know, going down there and my Aunt Bobby, my Aunt Bobby's got me worried because she's sick right now and she's down there. You know what I mean? Like she has pneumonia. And she's down there working and it's like, oh my God, like go home, Auntie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, and she's such a good person. Man, Bobby is such a good person. Like, I love that lady.
Yeah.
Like she's always good to me. Like no matter what, and she's the type that will tell you what you need to hear, even if you don't want to hear it. Like that's the type of person that she is. So, like when I walked out of her office and I got to, take her some cedar and let her, brush herself off. Walking off with it was like, like please God, be with Aunt Bobby, let her feel like everything's okay, like let her get some rest, and man, because I've had pneumonia before and I almost died, so I mean, just things like that, stay on my mind. And I'm just glad that I'm Cheyenne and the Creator gave me a way to turn when things get heavy on my heart, not only for me but for my people, for my people. Like that's such a blessing to be able to pray for others, because as Cheyenne and Arapaho people, like we are some praying fools, like all of our ceremonies are about prayer. Like we don't hardly do anything that doesn't it really never benefits us. In the end it does, because of what we're trying to, how we're trying to conduct things and what we're trying to do and the reasons, like people turn to us and when they're having like trouble in their life. And just to have that awareness, like if I have trouble, I know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go find, my brother George, or my Uncle Chester, or my brother Craig, or even my little brother Drew. Like these are like praying men. My brother George Whiteshield. Like different ones in my life that that I know are about prayer, and they're always so willing to think about others. It makes me proud to be who I am and where I come from. It's a great thing. So would you like to share a little bit about your prayer life?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pray for me. Yeah. All I ask you.
That's okay. I get it. I completely get it. Whenever I was your age, like, yeah, dear God, I want a PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, I did know, but at the same time, like I'm a self seeker. Like I always want to do what pleases me. Like I never wanted to. And that rain's coming down good. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. But like I did in a way. Like I was aware that that I was gonna somehow, some way try to manipulate the Creator. You know what I mean? Like I deserve this. Like I need this. Like for me to be happy, this has to happen. When in reality, that wasn't my life. That wasn't, the way my life was supposed to go. So I understand that now. But whenever I was your age, I just thought God didn't like me. And that was the easiest way for me to explain that is I didn't get what I wanted, so I was throwing a fit. So I like that I understand that now. And it feels good to think about other people. What did that comment say, Carlene? Who's that?
Hear me? Because okay, now they can hear me.
Who? Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Just reach out. Definitely. We know how to get you on track. I mean, it's like it ain't about us no more. It's about helping. Nobody and that's the thing about helping people. Nobody wants you to feel sorry for them. Like that's not cool. Like I just want to help you. Like nah, bro. Like we don't want that kind of help. Yeah. We don't want to hand out. We want to hand up. You know what I mean? So like, I will help anybody. I feel like, like the spiritual principles that I have because of my recovery and the steps that I worked, like that's what that's what it becomes about. To keep my sobriety, I got to give away what I got. It's just part of, my process. So I love being able to help people out. What does that one say, Carlene?
Chickasaw.
Halito.
Good morning, Brian.
Chimichigma. Good morning. So yeah, I think he's coming up here for a training.
Oh, Brian?
Yeah. He's coming up here for a training, I believe.
Natalie commented, Rule 62. What is Rule 62?
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it feels good. It feels good today to be able to think about other people. Because like I was saying, I remember a time when that could never happen in my life. Like I was struggling so much. How could I think about anybody else? And I see that a lot in our young people. I see that in so many young people. Like, how can I pray for somebody else? Like my life is in shambles. Like I was in this deadly cycle. Like I could stay sober for a little while, and then something bad would happen. Then I would get like blank. Like throwing up. Like just can't walk. Don't even know where I'm at when I wake up. Like just. And for some reason, it never made me feel better. If anything, it made me feel worse. And was anything solved at all? If anything, my life was even worse than whenever I started. So like it's a process that I went through for most of my life. Until I learned what got me blank and what didn't. Like. Oh, if I drink that, I'm going to throw up out of my nose. Like if I drink that, like I'm going to get beat up again. Like there's just. But it was such a simple solution. Most people that have, substance abuse, this is what I've kind of learned. And I'm not saying everybody, but most of the people that I know. Is that we're looking for an outside solution to an inside problem. You know what I mean? Like the problem really isn't that I'm drinking vodka. The problem is that I have a mental health, issue that's going on. And it just, instead of dealing with that, because I don't know how. I don't have the tools. I don't have the capacity to understand that it's not me drinking the alcohol. It's the way that I'm handling my problems that becomes the issue. So like it's just like how can I think about anybody else? You know, and I had kids. By the time I was y'all's age, bro, I done had like 5 kids.
Dang. 17?
Yeah. No, not 17 kids yet. But you know, by the time I was Carlina's age, I was already had 5 kids. And I didn't see I didn't know, you know, like love was just as much as a problem to me as drugs and alcohol. Because I didn't know how to I was using a person as a way to fill that hole. Because I didn't know how to feel whole. So not only was I using drugs, not only was I using alcohol, I was using a relationship as a way to make myself feel whole. Nobody ever told me that happiness comes from within. Nobody ever told me that you got to love yourself before you can love anybody else. You know, and like nobody ever said, you know, that I'm probably going to have to learn the hard way. You know, like, because I wasn't listening to nobody. They probably were saying it, and I wasn't trying to hear it, you know, because it didn't match my emotions, you know, so many different, so many different ways. I better just shut up because.
Natalie answered my question though on Rule 62.
What is it?
She said, "Don't take ourselves too seriously. We inspire and others how it can be done. You rule 62 all the time. I learned this from Woody Blaine."
Woody Blaine.
Learn something new. Rule 62.
Woody Blaine is like a Wellbriety legend. Like all the facilitator trainers that we have today, he's the one that trained them. So Woody Blaine is like old school Wellbriety.
Wellbriety OG.
Yes, definitely. And he gets on here once in a while.
Oh, that's nice.
And he one time he said crying is the highest form of prayer. You know, like your tears, you know, like there's it's he basically they're powerful.
Yeah.
You know, your tears are powerful. So I mean that made a lot of sense. You know, he's just meeting him for that little time at the Wellbriety conference. You know, like it's stuck with me. You know, and he lives in Idaho. So it's pretty cool to meet him. We had him on the live. He did a live with us, him and Michael Duncan, which is a big Wellbriety guy out in California.
Cool.
Yeah, so and there I seen where they might be having the Wellbriety conference in Oregon this year.
Dang. Another one?
Oh yeah, yearly. Like it's like a whole thing, bro. Like
I'm new to this.
yeah.
You true to this.
Yeah. So like it's like a whole thing. They're supposed to have like a wellness conference in Colorado in June, but that's like right around our ceremonial time. You know, so we don't do a lot. You know, like you're not supposed to be at home. So I mean, you know, we got invited, but I don't know if that'll fall through or not. So you know, because
It aligns with
yeah,
Cheyenne ceremony.
yeah, it's right during Cheyenne ceremonies. So, I don't know. You know, hopefully the Oregon one's always in like September. I think it was in September the last year, end of September. So we left it September. We got back in October. So it was like 3 days. It was during the weekend too. Ambulance.
Oh yeah, you was telling me about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully we get, you know, that's right by Idaho. So hopefully we get to see Woody Blaine there again. Hopefully we just get to go. Yeah. Trying to make big plans, but I don't even know if I'm going or not. But yeah, well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for all the comments. If we didn't get to your comment, I'm sorry. I'm blind. Yeah. But thank you, Carlina, for sitting over there for us. And thank you, Desiree, for reading for me. That's huge.
You're welcome.
And is there anything you would like to say?
No, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. And Theta, we hope you're feeling better. Hopefully, we get to see you next week. And then Darian, we'll be waiting for that baby in January. And
You coming?
yep, nephew coming. So hopefully, we get the good news soon. And then Carmelo, I hope you have a safe trip out there to New Mexico. I think it's I was gonna say.
Anyway.
I think it's some kind of rally. Yeah. And Mingo, you're just at home farting and scratching. I know you are. No, I think he's going somewhere too.
Probably dancing around.
Stretched out, yep. But we appreciate everybody tuning in with us, man. It's a pleasure. I love doing this. Like I really, really like doing this, And so we will see you Monday, and you can click on the button, and then the other box will come up, and then we will see you. I hope.